Good morning. Welcome to Gospel Bytes, where we take a bite of the gospel for the day. Today is Thursday, July 17th. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. Glory to you, O Lord. This is taken from Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 to 30. Jesus said, "Come to me, all you who labor and are burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am meek and humble of heart. You will find rest for yourselves, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light." The Gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. You ever found that life is so burdensome? It's so difficult. You have to face so many challenges each day. The problems with finances, with our careers, with our relationships, and even with our spiritual lives. No? We fight against temptations, and it seems so difficult and too heavy to to bear. Jesus said, "If you're really tired, if you're really having a difficulty, come to me. Now, don't just call me. Come to me. Now, I will give you rest." Now, what is the yoke that he's talking about? When we're carrying something, when we are going through something, normally we call it our suffering, right? Suffering. All of us suffer, the good, the bad, the young, the old. Nobody's exempt from suffering. But Jesus is saying, "Take my yoke upon you." What is that yoke? That gentle, that meek and humble yoke. And that is the yoke of love. When Jesus carried his cross, when he carried his suffering, it was unbearable. But he carried it with love. Every step on the way to Calvary, he was thinking, I'm doing this for Susie. I'm doing this for Anna. I'm doing this for John. I'm doing this for Mary. I'm doing this for love. When we do something out of love, the suffering becomes sacrifice. Yeah? And that takes on a new meaning. And when that takes on meaning, our suffering starts to have a purpose. And it's not as heavy anymore when you know that you're doing it for somebody. I remember going to Medjugorje one time with a few Aboriginal members of my parish, and there was one little lady who was able to climb the whole mountain. And on the way up, I said, you don't have to climb the mountain. No, you can stay at the bottom and you can pray with us. And she said, "Father, I'm doing this for my family, for my children and my grandchildren who don't go to Mass. I'm doing this for them. I'm willing to offer all my suffering, all my pain as a sacrifice for them." And I was so touched that this woman, not like she had to do that, but she said she would offer that. That's what we call redemptive suffering. And uh, Jesus did that. He showed us how that works when he carried the cross of suffering, and he offered it as a sacrifice. And he did it, and for us to do uh, to offer our sufferings, instead of complaining about all the things that we go through during the day, we just say, "Lord, I'm going to bear this suffering for this person who is sick, for this person who is lost." Then it's no longer suffering, it becomes sacrifice. And it becomes easy because I'm doing this for someone I love. I'm not being forced to do it, but love calls me. And I respond with, "Yes, I will do this for love. I gladly do this for love. No matter how heavy it is, I will do it." And our parents, are good examples of these. They suffer a lot for the sake of love. You know? Husbands and wives, don't forget that you struggle sometimes to face the challenges of marriage and family life, but you do it out of love. And then you will never ever think of separating. You will never think of fighting each other because you know you're working hard for the people that you love. You're fighting hard to keep that love together, to keep that relationship together. So keep on loving, carry the yoke of love so that every sacrifice, every suffering will turn into a loving sacrifice. I'm Father Jerry Sembrano for another edition of Gospel Bites. God bless you. Have a nice day.